Person. The office has received messages from right across the province from saying that students who are disruptive or have disabilities are being left out. With more on keeping this in the public eye and expanding it out to even kids with learning disabilities is Cathy McMillan, one of the founding members of Dyslexia BC. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Jennifer.
So what is your main concern here?
Well, often families with kids with learning disabilities, and the primary learning disability is dyslexia. 80 to 90% of all learning disabilities is dyslexia. They think that they're not included in these studies. They think it's not really a disability. And it is. It's included in our special education regulations. It's included, the kids with severe dyslexia get IEPs in school. Attention is often given to the behavior end but the behavior comes from, even with other disabilities, sometimes comes from the lack of supports for the disability, the frustration. The child builds up frustration, and then behavior, whether it's anxiety, whether it's acting out, whether it's, mental health, starting to do drugs, all those behaviors come from lack of support.
Yes, it could all be intertwined.
It's
There's also
all
a learning
intertwined.
disability on top of what the child might be experiencing.
Yeah.
Have you reached out to the Ombudsperson? Have you guys had a discussion at all?
A few times. We haven't actually had a discussion. We've had letters back and forth. Unfortunately, my son was very sick for most of January, so I haven't kept up with my advocacy as much as I should have. But I intend to write a letter thanking him for starting this investigation.
Sure. And you did want to point out sort of what is said in the report, as plus on top of sort of what the Ombudsperson is looking at.
Exactly. So the definition for exclusion, according to the Ombudsman, I'm hoping, so there's one part of it that completely, this is it, unable to attend because of learning support needs, the school is unable to provide. So that's right in the definition of exclusion. So if you're paying for outside tutoring, if you're having to go elsewhere for services so that your child's needs are met, that's considered exclusion. The only problem with the investigation is the Ombudsman is looking at fairness. So what does fairness look like in terms of meeting kids with disabilities or learning disabilities or dyslexia? Is it fair that parents have to pay for tutoring? Is it fair that these children have to miss their recess to keep up with school? Fair to miss their playtime to go to tutoring? Is it fair that they don't get a diagnosis unless they pay for one, pretty much, because the lineups are so big? All these things are fairness. But the other thing, the Ombudsman can make recommendations about policies, procedures, and legislation, but the ministry doesn't have to follow what they say. It's we need systemic change. We need a big systemic change, and in order to do that, we need some more accountability. We need some more teacher training. We need some more funding, like the Q designation, which is the designation for learning disabilities, doesn't come with supplemental funding when other designations like autism come with $23,000 of supplemental funding. So there's a few holes that add to the problems of making sure these kids get what they need. So I'm hopeful that this investigation will produce some results that will end in systemic change, but without, there's no accountability. The ministry can take or leave whatever the Ombudsman says. So
wait and see.
Wait and see.
Wait and see. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
We do appreciate it. Cathy McMillan with Dyslexia BC. If you need more information, you can go to their website.
Yeah, perfect.
Lots of information there. Thank you,
Thank
Cathy.
you.